with that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail, FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG at the full 5-man, pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I give an edge for this team fight. The LGD are been gold, but no blood taken for 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They fought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be out. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon discount Jeremy, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, it was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X Blade Mail Call if he finds it, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
It's all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And it's going to be dispelled.
It's going to dispel.
He's in the trees. They're on the high ground. They've got the vision with the Shiva's covered. Anna's on his way over. They've got the snowball down. There's the counterplay. Seb jumps in. He's able to find the call onto Chalice, but Chalice already got the BKB out. The Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. As Jerax as well, surrounded by PSG LGD. The Eon disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these 4 spirits. On the bottom room, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jerax. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. And they breached through it. It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting, is it enough to hold OG in the game?
You see No-Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will. As they get upon him, they find his life. 1 minute now without No-Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Anna, and Jerax. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jerax is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split of course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this rack's on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose that top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to deward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
So Anna is on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Touch is going to be the set. Oh, he's in. The call, the MP, the cannon, but FY is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. But he's got it up. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. Got the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels. FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in. Again, up into the air. Arme straight on top of Notel. FY will fall. Arme looking towards Notel. Notel pops the hand of God, but Notel beaten down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off as Anna. He's been left behind in Thompson. He's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo. Can he find the angle? Jerax coming in, keeping Anna alive. Anna with the doppelganger. The deafening blast comes out onto the two of them. Anna trying to go in, looking for the kill. Can he find it in time onto Xnova? He's on top of him, trying to beat him down. Anna again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base. As Xnova will survive. Jerax back in, the combo, meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Bombs the Shiva's gone. He's on top of Jerax. Jerax is gone. Anna as well. Can he really fight back against the Somnus? And Xnova is so low. As the buyback for Jerax comes in, he's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on Xnova. The cold snap down onto the charge, they find him. He's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strike, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can. OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately, but now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without two of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jerax onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill.
Seb,
Yeah.
he's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting. Somnus, he's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh, doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Anna, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Anna again with the doppelganger. They see Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Anna will be able to force him away. They've got the head. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Arme. Big Daddy Notel gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Arme able to waveform up to the high ground. As Arme should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost strike. He's got Hex
maybe
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Arme's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
That's back. Real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice play from Arme.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead the PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously the 25 is now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taken out as fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refresher shot. There's no way they get this. That way LGD can
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG T-Rex that.
Yeah. The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now. Thompson and these 5-second BKBs. Yeah, I mean, they were crushing with their BKBs.
Thompson's being spotted out.
He's got the vision. They're on top of him. Thompson, he's in trouble. The nullifier comes out, but he got the Ghost Walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns out, the blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY just with a shadow blade. It just, yeah. As soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing a huge issue with the team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc to this team.
It's too constant. Like that double cooldown being 3 seconds just allows him to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. they don't really have this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup to just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent. Now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Anna can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call. There's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Anna's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping the BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. Thompson back in the game.
And they're utilizing the PL very well too by replicating him, sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rax left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play. OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He was a bit far away though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out though. Oh, the counterplay. Jax is there though with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Abyssal Blade down. Candace there with the hand of God comes through. Thompson still alive, but Chalice gets the primal split out. He's been stunned. Thompson, the cheese, he's fine. Thompson, he goes down. They get the kill onto the Evoker. No tail. Being chased by Arme. The bash is coming through, but the Blade Mail was already out from Seb. He tries to get the call off. The bash of the Cataclysm isn't enough to find the kills. Anna leading forward. The Bloodthorn onto FY. Gets the kill onto FY. FY buys back straight away. Anna looking at more Somnus again. The doppelganger. Arme on top of Thompson. Thompson being saved by Jax. Jax with the tether. Arme turns into Integral Demo. There's the call. Seb, he catches Arme. Arme dead for 2 minutes. The Hags. They've got Somnus as well. Oh, gee. Double kill for Seb. The clutch buybacks coming into play. Nobody has a buyback available right now. As OG stand with 5 alive on the map, 100 seconds without the Morphling.
This Doppel talent is just destroying LGD. They have no way to actually find Ana. Like Ben said, the Brewmaster's constantly using the Dispel, but it's so hard to find the real PL amongst all these illusions in all this chaos of the fights with tornadoes and chaos meters and everything falling all over the place.
And look at this. The tier 3 tower falling. Ana frontlining it all. What's he scared of? The Blood Bride will come out. Chalice with the Shiva's Guard trying to initiate. But Ana, he's poking, prodding, beating down, and on the side, Thompson jumps in. Chalice gets in with a BKB with a call. Seb, he's got the disable on the Chalice. Do they have the damage? They got on top of the Chalice. He's into the snowball. FY buying time for him, but now he's vulnerable. Is there tags? He gets Bloodthorn. Chalice buys back. Straight back into the game. Ana trying to find his attention onto X-Nova. Chalice leading forward. The Tornado going to be off the market. Only catches out the Bloodseeker, but Seb, he's looking for the follow. Jumps in, gets the call. The BKB was out in time. The Bananas on top of it. Did they have the damage? Seb's got the blade on FY. With the snowball again. Thompson, Jax focusing the Rags. Thompson gets the Hex up onto X-Nova. Seb healed up by Jax. Ana still full health at the moment as the Brewlings are pushed back to the base. OG get the bottom melee Rags. And still 30 seconds to play without the Morphling in the game. They move towards the mid lane. OG, can they really get it all here? The mid Rags falling. They've taken a full second sets, 15 painful seconds for LGD.
They're gonna keep going. They want to claim their megas.
Another tier 3 falls. OG onto the final set of Rags that LGD have left standing. As Ana, he gets kicked back. He's separated from the team, but he has the double ganger. He's been ruptured. He needs help, but he needs it now. Jared in with the tap of the hand of God. Give it that double heal. The relocate as well. Jared gets him out. As OG will successfully disengage before that Morphling's back in, as they found both Rags. Jerax will die for this one, almost certainly, as he looks to tether across, but the nullifies upon him. He has buyback though, and OG just took so much away from PSG LGD, as they only have a lone range Rax standing on the top lane.
I can't believe it's coming this. There's only 3 Rax left in this game, and one of them is a range Rax on the side of LGD. Buyback status. I saw X-Nova's buyback, it was only like 600 or 700, yeah, which is crazy, but Jerax also kind of in that same net worth territory, looking at a very cheap buyback, but 2 in the game left. IO and the PL. PL is almost unkillable at this point. Like, even without the Wisp, it's still really difficult. With the Wisp, just don't even try.
We'll see this again. It's a save here from Jerax.
The control is just not there, and they don't have the way to kill all these illusions constantly. And of course, look at Jerax coming in, starts that relocate channel, and is able to get it off. No one gets the control on him.
Keeping it cool at the time that it means the most, but he's still able to crack a smile here in Game 4, the TIA Grand Finals. OG making a stand, now leading 9K advantage in net worth. LD able to join us.
I don't believe they actually have any force stabs inside Belgium. That's generally how you deal with a Scythe of Ice. And I think they can get a Scythe of Ice on the core, get a blink call, and that hero is likely dead without buyback at this point. So OG, I would say, definitely favored at this point of the game, especially with PL having buyback. LGD, they have a couple minutes to think about what they want to do before this next Roshan.
Yeah, they can't be totally reliant on FY just getting these perfect snowball saves, or even like I saw in the last fight too when it was down bottom. He even tried like Walrus kicking the IO away from when he was tethered from somebody else. They need to find some other ways to be able to save, in particular that Brewmaster, who is just time and time again is the most important hero, it does seem, for LGD.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they do with the beacon call. The snowball is the only thing, but they have Bloodthorns, they have Scythe of Ice for the Tusk, they have a lot of things available. Maybe Aeon Disc perhaps for Brewmaster. I'm not exactly sure what the best way for him to deal with it is. Looks like he is going for an Octarine perhaps for almost permanent.
The sentry's down there. They see Thompson, but Thompson, he's already quick with the play. The Tornado into EMP, Cold Snap as well, they've got the Hex, but there won't be any further jumping. They just poke at Arme.
They're trying to make space.
They got the Mega Creeps.
That's the distraction play right there.
Up against the Mega Creeps. PSG LGD, it's what stands between them and the championship title here in Game 4.
And they got it right before that wave, before that 59-minute mark too, so we already have the Mega Creep wave coming in, that momentum pushing onto LGD's side.
And you look at their lineup, can PSG LGD's heroes deal with the Mega Creeps? It's hard. They don't really have that sort of incredible D-push or AoE sort of hard hitters to deal with it.
That's kind of what they've been lacking in a lot of this game, right? That's what we've been talking about with the illusions with the PL. They've got ways to find them or ways to kill them if they find the exact one, but as for doing that, it's very tough when they don't have just the Dispel from Chalice.
And he does too much damage to ignore at this point with the Bloodthorn. And on top of that, Roshan is going to respawn in about 1 minute's time. LGD, I think their buybacks are going to cool down around that time, but I just don't think they can withstand this onslaught. They really want to be able to prevent this Roshan. It's super obvious when there's Mega Creeps. With Mega Creeps, that's the luxury that you have. You can just wait a couple of seconds. You know, the creeps will be hitting at your T4s if you wait.
As Ana commits forward. Has no boots, but a full Eye of Scotty. 3,800 health now on this PL, who hasn't been dying for a very long time. Now he's got easier ways, easiisier kill opportunity, and much more survivability.
Yeah, he probably has like, what, maybe 7,000, 8,000 HP effective with the Butterfly evasion, the heal, the overcharge, and the Hand of God is just way too much. And the lifesteal from Chen too, of course, another ability.
OG. Clearing out the pit. Very, very soon to be spawning. Roshan and PSG LGD are well aware.
Roshan's up. It looks like only OG knows.
Arme, Anna. Indeed, some illusion action. Arme's gonna get caught out by the Tornado though. They've opened up onto him. Arme trying to get on top of Anna. The BKB pop by challenge. He'll get the ult out. No-Tail getting got on straight away by FY with the snowball. No-Tail's dead for 100. They'll get the Chen. Anna in the midst of it, trying to lock down onto FY. The rest of his team about to come over to get the Tornado. Out onto number 7. Look at the cool control onto Arme. Has he got it? Arme getting stunned up by the cold snap, but he's able to wait for him. Thompson blinks in. He gets the Hex out, but FY with the snowball save. They get the bash out. Soldiers will be able to find the IO, but they're fully low OGD. That Soldiers there for 2 minutes. They get Thompson. Thompson there for 2 minutes. Only Anna. Anna, can he do it here? Is it half-out save? Lifetime as 3 dead now on LGD. No buyback. Sep will fall. Anna kept alive off the back of that fight, as that very much looked like PSG LGD were able to tip OG over the edge, but that plus 100 Berserker score, you could see Seb as well being very careful with how he used it, keeping it to that opportune moment after any potential sort of Manta dodges have been done by Thomas Harvey, and he gets the call.
9 doppelgangers used just in that area around the Ancients from the PL. Just the constant barrage of illusions giving that distraction to allow Seb to get that call off.
And that's another Roshan for OG.
These fights have to be so hectic for the players. There's like 30 PLs.
There's just both sides. I mean, even the Enchantress is like taking a PL, and then the Morphling turns into PL.
I'm just impressed we haven't had any frame drops. You know?
That's true.
Azana. Down the middle lane.
Just walking down with a DD.
The tier 4s. Anna says he's done with this. He wants to end this game. The buyback will come out from FY. Anna. It's going to be snowballed. Anna. He's in. He's not got any backup on the way. FY will be able to get out with the invis, but this doppelganger just over and over again, meaning that Anna could just stand in. Now he's got the backup of Jerax. He gets Hex. Oh, he didn't expect it. He didn't expect the Hex, but he's still fine. Jerax had the Odis, but X-Nova into the snowball. They'll turn towards Jerax. The Haddock got coming out. Jerax has been nullified. They hit doppelganger once again. X-Nova. He will survive for now. But buybacks were forced out by that aggressive play from Anna. At the same time, Seb did buy back himself on the Axe. But LGD are back up as a full 5-man.
Jesus, this is insane.
I mean, I don't know what's super safe there. I'm not exactly sure why Seb bought back, but I mean, he has Heart, he has Wisp behind him, he has Aegis, he has everything. His buyback.
And as you can see there, that is the big difference. There are 4 buybacks available on OG. Only 1 available for LGD.
All this momentum pushing in. And an Arcane Rune up top. If they give that to Ana, oh my god. Even more illusions, even more doppels.
Oh,
let's go.
That is
2.1 second cooldown.
2.1 second cooldown.
Oh man.
Okay. Azana.
This is it.
He's ready to put it to use. Straight into the base he goes, doubling forward, he gets the jump onto X-Nova, the ghost set to keep an X-Nova fine for now. Anna looking to turn his commitment towards Arme. Thompson comes in with a deafening blast from the side, the EMP finishes X-Nova off. He's dead for 110, Seb pops the BKB, looks for the cool control onto FY, but FY does get the snowball off in time. Arme looking on top of Jarrett, but Thompson turns, they get the Hex out onto him, he'll get himself back into the ball, the BKB's out in time as Arme cuts down Rojo with a wave for finds the kill. Anna looking to get on top of Arme, the BKB's about to wear off. The Mega Crew speeding down upon the edge of the energy. Seb in again. The call on top of Arme. Arme dead for 2 minutes. A Chalice. BKB pop. He's trying to commit, trying to deal with Anna being silenced by the Bloodbright. But the Ancient is falling. The Hex is out. They're going to be able to find themselves Chalice. 3 dead on LGD. OG hitting the Ancient. Hitting the Ancient. Weird guy. Weird. Again, John. FY. He's found himself No Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No Tail as Arme comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off. And he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
I mean, yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage in the fight. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Jerax did his best to keep Ana alive, but Ana wasn't able to do damage because with Rupture. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, I'm missing ninjas here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Arme to have this invis rune. As Arme will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing without Rupture.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, we'll find X-Nova.
Seb And as well, between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in, though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
There's no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He is toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed, FY, the patience, keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is level 50.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Snakes. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage with these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the agony. So. As Thompson, he does have a Lincoln Spear picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those blink calls as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, full I've Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the character's going to get FY, there with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel though. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson is running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the shrine, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. He sees Ana farming these ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the Manta back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. And X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. They're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
Yeah, he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back here. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Harvey. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the 3 of them. Knocks them back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PLR is on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top racks. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG. They have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look up close to Brew as a 25.
So close.
With that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail, FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I give an edge to this team fight. The LGD are goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This would be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They fought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be up. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7, same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an AI discount Jeremy, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, it was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X Blade Mail Call if he finds it, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
It's just all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the spark is going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled.
He's in the trees. They're on the high ground. They've got the vision with the Shiva's covered. Anna's on his way over. They've got the snowball down. There's the counterplay. Seb jumps in. He's able to fight the call onto Chalice, but Chalice already got the BKB out. The Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his grab, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. As Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD. The Eon disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these 4 spirits. On the bottom room, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting, is it enough to hold OG in the game?
You see No-Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will. As they get upon him, they find his life. 1 minute now without No-Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Anna, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split a course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this rack's on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana as the PL. Still able to shift back into their Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose their top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to deward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
Anna is on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. He's in. The call, the MP, the cannon, but FY is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pods the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. For the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels. FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in. Again, up into the air. Arme straight on top of No-Tail. FY will fall. Arme looking towards No-Tail. No-Tail pops the hand of God, but No-Tail beaten down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the private split off his Anna. He's been left behind in Thompson. He's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo. Can he find the angle? Jerax coming in, keeping Anna alive. Anna with the doppelganger. The Deafening Blast comes out onto the two of them. Anna trying to go in, looking for the kill. Can he find it in time onto X-Nova? He's on top of him, trying to beat him down. Anna again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base. As X-Nova will survive. Jerax back in, the combo, re-pull down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Bots the Sheep is gone. He's on top of Jerax. Jerax is gone. Anna as well. Can he really fight back against the Somnus, and X-Nova is so low? As the buyback for Jerax comes in, he's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap down onto the Charger, they find him. He's out of Anna. He's starting to shift into the straight, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can! OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without two of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jerax onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill.
Seb.
Yeah.
He's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting. Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Anna, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Anna again with the doppelganger. They see Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Anna will be able to force him away. They've got the head. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Arme. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Arme able to waveform up to the high ground. As Arme should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost strike. He's got Hex
maybe
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Arme's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
No back, real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice play from Arme.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead the PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously the 25s now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taking out his match. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refresher shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG T-Rex now. At all.
The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now. Thompson and these 5-second BKBs. Yeah, I mean, they were crushing with their BKBs.
Thompson spotted out.
Got the vision. They're on top of it. Thompson, he's in trouble. The Nullify comes up, but he got the Ghost Walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns out, the blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY, just what a shadow blade. It just, as soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing a huge issue with the team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc in this team.
It's too constant. Like, Like that double cooldown being 3 seconds just allows them to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. They don't really have like this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup to just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent, but now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Anna can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call, there's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Anna's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping a BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. Thompson back in the game.
And they're utilizing the PL very well too, by replicating him, sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rex left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play, OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He seems a bit far away though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out though. Oh, the counterplay. Jarek's in there though with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Abyssal Blade down. Candy's here with the hand of God comes through. Thompson still alive, but Chalice gets the Primal Split out.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Thompson, he goes down. They get the kill onto the Evoker. No tail. Being chased by
Stay and work together through the period and hopefully to see some improvement, because that's how long-term relationship brings you result, right?
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of example for this OG Wings Gaming back in 2016.
Oh, Wings Gaming, such a
That was
very
I don't know how to
memorable.
describe it. It was very.
Because I think that was one of the most unlikely TI finals, right? It's Wings against Digital Chaos.
But they
that
got so many fans though.
yeah, but the only unfortunate part about it is it's like a one-hit wonder. They just disappeared after the TI.
Well, it sounds like Alliance's case too, right? The one-hit wonder team, they peaked at TI and then after that the team just never resurged. And then now Bulldog's streaming every day.
Because they can't make it to TI.
Oh my goodness. Actually, I also wanted to talk about Reality Rift a little bit more because I think we haven't discussed this with the audience yet. Reality Rift, they've got a pretty decent roster. They've got Alacrity, KO, XY, and Nuts, those being their most veteran of players. And then they've got the new additions of Drew and Hustler. Hustler was the newest addition, I suppose, to the pro Dota scene in Southeast Asia, or was it Drew?
I think Drew has been a while more than Hustler, but Hustler is the newest addition to the team.
So how has Hustler actually impacted the scene in Southeast Asia? Because he's been a very iconic player in Reality Rift. The draft is up, by the way, so we'll jump into that too. Most famously known for his Earth Spirit and Rubik.
Yeah, I mean, how impactful you can see by the draft that most of the time you play against Reality Rift, the Hustler, Rubik and Shaker or the Earthspirit is always going to take a ban from the opponent. So I think this is the most direct way you can look at the value of a player.
Interestingly enough though, we haven't seen any Hustler bans.
Yeah.
Instead we're looking at the Tree Troll and the DK for T1.
It's justified. I think the troll ban is very justified because of the fact that Reality plays a lot of troll. I think from the instant the team was formed, troll has been the go-to pick alongside PL for Drew. I think even before Drew came in, it was for Luck, so you got to see a bit more diversity. But primarily for Drew, it was troll and PL
and Void, Faces Void.
Yeah, Faces Void. But so far, no Hustler ban just yet. I think to add on to Hustler being probably the newest addition to Reality Rift, it opened up a lot of avenue for the team because he is a huge playmaker with Rubik, with Earth Spirit, and it allowed Reality Rift to play more comfortably because they know that this position 4 is creating space around the map and actually securing them objectives and kills. So it really did bump up Reality Rift's playstyle and their strength as a team in general, but so far they have yet to show that result for the past month.
Alright, so Reality Rift, they're going to be opening up with the Clockwork, most likely going to be Hustler's hero as well. So no Earth Spirit and Rubik. I'm quite surprised they don't gunshot for these very popular heroes of his, but maybe it's a potential deny pick up against T1 because I'm certain they also pick a lot of Clock, yeah. So Polison is actually a big Clockwork player on the side of T1.
Yeah, so by snatching the Clockwork away, you are also essentially banning out one hero from T1.
Yeah.
And Clockwork, KYXY plays this hero very oftenly as well, so that's some flexible value that you are looking for. And talking about why not Rubik, I think most of the time recently, Hustler prefer to get on heroes that is less farm intensive. He wants to be more sacrificial. So all the Clockwork does is to get his level 6 and then he can jump into the team fight already. And Mirana is gonna be the pick of our T1. Ember is still in the pool.
Yes.
Ooh, Ogre Magi coming up for T1.
The classic duo.
The classic duo.
Fire Blast into Arrow.
Yeah, it's Ogre, Mirana, and it's steroid bots as well. So you are looking at some really nasty hard carry like a Terrorblade. There's so many choices, right? Terrorblade, Ursa, Faceless Void, Juggernaut. They all work really well with the Bloodlust.
Legion Commander looks really good for R here, knowing that KYXY plays a ton of Legion Commander.
Yeah.
And PTA helps you get instantly dispel the arrow stun. So looking really good here. But Quad will be their choice. Huh.
This is interesting because looking at the stats, KYXY has been the Queen of Pain player.
Yeah,
For Reality Rift.
he plays a lot of like a fast tempo mid laners, right? Queen of Pain, Templar Assassin, his signature meeple. If
that Alacrity, right?
Yeah, if they ever need it. But so this Queen of Pain is pretty much Alacrity hero. I think he also plays like Puck as well. Any heroes that allow him to play fast, like Shadow Fiend, also one of the examples, is fitting for Reality Rift.
That is one of the best mid hero right now in this meta. Super explosive. You are always having the TP advantage, right? Because you TP in, you blink in, and then you cut your spells and get a quick kill. So there's not a lot of mid players that can do that. And Ursa will be the ban for Reality Rift. So
Miracle's had a lot of success with the Ursa, so there's probably a respect ban over to Miracle.
yeah.
It's something that the Clockwork doesn't want to lock down. Like if the Clockwork tries to lock him down with the Cogs, he just overpowered. Yeah, he can just jump out with the Earth Shock, or he just kills the Clock right then and there.
And ooh, Sand King coming in for T1. We haven't seen a lot of Sand King at all. We actually had this discussion. I was saying I would be really glad to see a Sand King today. So why are teams not picking up the Sand King? Well, why is this hero considered not that great in the meta?
I think right now you want something like that can take use of the farm, that can use the farm, use the network to push towers and stuff, and Sand King is not that kind of heroes. This is why heroes like Nature's Prophet is really popular in the offlane, right? Because you turn the net worth into tower pushing. Sand King is not that hero. Sand King is all about initiating, but this patch is really about teams buying aura items, the Guardian Greaves, the Pipe, so everything that are good in terms of aura hero are so good against the Sand King. It mitigates most of the damage coming out of Sand King.
Yeah. Is there a chance they may have also picked up the Sand King as extra disable for the Queen of Pain? Because Ogre and Mirana aren't really the best supports to lock down someone as elusive as a Quap.
Yeah, it's also for extra lockdown, right? I think yesterday we did discuss about setting up for Mirana Arrow, and I think Arthur brought up the Sand King as well. When we talk about core that can do that, Sand King Mars, Underlord Centaur, Kunkka, yeah.
So we've got a couple ways to set up. What role do you think this Mirana is going to be? Is it definitely support, or is there a chance that we could actually see a core Mirana?
Definitely, both Miracle and In Your Dream plays a lot of good core Mirana as well, so it does give them a lot of flexible value here, but they have to pick one core here, looking at the 3 heroes from RR.
Yeah, they love the Mirana a lot. Yesterday, Mirana was not banned, but they didn't pick it against new Esports. But whenever they have the chance, I think T1 would gladly fall back to that hero, since they have so many. They have a couple of players that can play Mirana in different roles. But we did also talk about the strength and weaknesses of Mirana, right? If Mirana plays from behind, she is just ineffective. Now you are just this CC bot that needs to land the arrow, needs to get the Moonlight Shadow off. So T1, if they want to run this core Mirana, she has to have a really good lane, or at least go even against whoever, whatever hero matchup that she's facing.
Yeah. I think they're thinking of a core hero. Probably want to get Miracle hero here because they have the last pick. So having In Your Dream with the last pick against to get a good matchup is definitely very important. So they want something that is good, potentially good against the Quap, because there's a big possibility that Quap is a 3. So something like a PL comes to the mind,
If-
Doppelganger to get rid of the Shadow Poison.
If T1 go for the Void, they'll also be deny picking one of Drew's most played heroes as well, Void being one of his most comfortable carries.
Yeah, I think the Void would also be a decent choice.
Oh, Visage. We may not see him on the screen, but Visage has been picked up for T1.
Interesting. We have been saying
We've been saying-
Visage might be one of the uprising heroes
Yeah.
that, you know, come into this tournament, become a meta, and this is the first time we see him.
Yeah, and yesterday Visage was played as a 5 as well by Enigma. Kuroki did play the 5 Visage. There's a chance that this Visage can be a core or a support. So extra flexibility. You're still looking at this Mirana being a pretty open hero for T1.
How does Visage fare against the current lineup? Because normally Visage is great against those really big bursty lineups. Do you feel like the Visage sort of fits in up against Reality Rift? Because so far Reality Rift, they don't seem to have a lot of burst, but also not a lot of chip damage.
Yeah, and also if you look at T1 hero, they are perfectly synergized with the Visage as well.
Yeah.
Lots of burst, lots of disable. This is what the Visage want. You want to be able to stay in the team fight and constantly spam his spells.
Yeah. Visage is probably the most scared of this Clockwork, but only if Clockwork gets onto him, you know, with the hookshot power cogs and you constantly barrier assault him. But if that does not happen, Visage can just run through the Clockwork and the Witch Doctor with the Familiars. It's really hard to deal against the Familiars if you don't have any sort of mobility. So the support from Reality Rift side have that issue against the Visage.
So now we're looking for Reality Rift's next hero. What's the draft order normally for Reality Rift? Is it Drew as their last pick or Alacrity typically?
Normally Alacrity heroes get picked very early.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the Quap might be him, but then when we talk about counter Visage, you want overtime damage, right? So something like
Necrophos?
an Ember could be good, Flame Guard.
Yeah.
Or like if you go way back, people pick Darkseer against Visage because of the Iron Shell.
I believe Reality Rift they do play Darkseer, but since it's not that meta,
It's not in the meta.
you're not
Yeah.
gonna see Darkseer anytime soon.
But KYXY is very experienced with the
Yeah.
Darkseer
Yeah.
historically, so it could be something. We're going to be seeing the Spectre first though, so Drew gets the pick first, so Alacrity potentially last, but also KYXY could be looking at his hero last, unless they maybe want to flex this and maybe we're looking at a support Queen of Pain.
10 seconds.
There is a chance, but I don't know if you want to run the clock tree in this scenario.
5 seconds.
Yeah, you need a lot of sustain right here because looking at Reality Rift, you don't have frontliner yet. Yes, Clover might be one, but most of the time you hook in and that's all you do.
Yeah.
Going with the battery yourself, press all spell and you die.
Yeah, you don't soak up, you know, you don't soak up attention from your enemy team. It's not like a Centaur, right? You have AoE stun, you have a lot of damage. It's not like a TIE Hunter with this big Ravage. Clockwork is just a single target disabler. So if he goes in, all T1 has to do is to ignore the Clockwork or you just burst him down. And suddenly the front line from Reality Rift is gone. So you probably need, it could be a KRXY hero in the last pick.
Likely. T1 are looking at it. They banned the Batrider. We were talking about how good Batrider is. A lot of teams banning that hero because it's so strong. If the Batrider was picked up for Reality Rift, would that have actually sealed T1's fate? Because KYXY is also one of Batrider is one of his best heroes.
Yeah, Barrett particularly good against Visage, right? Especially on the lane because Visage is super slow hero. With the taking time, you can always just run him over, especially in the lane. And Visage, you desperately want to get to your level 12 to get level 2 familiars, and then that's the timing that you want to join the fight, take towers and stuff.
Yeah, and he, like Arthur mentioned, right, Visage works really well when it comes to soaking up burst damage for the Soul Assumption. But Batrider just burns through the Gravekeeper's Cloak with the Firefly, so you don't get that instant charge, so you cannot even trade with the Batrider.
Yeah. Final pick is Kunkka. Is this the Alacrity Kunkka or KYXY Kunkka?
This could be a KYXY Kunkka.
Yeah, he loves this hero.
Yeah, he plays a lot of Kunkka off lane.
Yeah, I think most of the time when R picks Kunkka, it's always going to be played by KYXY. Yeah, but they can still do a swap because looking at T1's last pick here, they are going to evaluate the matchup.
So what kind of miracle heroes are we possibly looking at? Luna got banned early, so did
TB
Ursa.
ban.
TB ban. Lone Druid's also banned
I
out.
still like the PL though. I think the PL will be okay.
They actually took out almost everything except...
Oh,
there
this
we
is
go.
what you are looking for.
Yes, I've
That's
been...
what you were asking for.
I was screaming for a Slug pick. Like, I feel like there are a couple of games where Slug would have been a decent pick. Sure, Slug is horrible in lane, right? He gets crushed pre-6, but in scenarios where he gets a decent lane, he can actually go toe to toe against for example the line of Reality Rift. They don't have a decent way of locking him down.
Yeah, talking about laning, I think he does feel a little bit better this game. You are facing against a Kunkka plus a Clock where both heroes are melee, and you have an Augur behind of you with the Bloodlust as well. So this is going to be a very sweet slug game for Miracle.
It's so hard to catch the slug, right? You need like hookshot, paralyzing cast, and the axe, but that's pretty much it. You don't have much damage that can hit him while he's in the Shadow Dance. Probably the Sonic Wave was on the Scream of Pain. That's pretty much it. And if he gets a Silver Age, you can just break the Spectre's passive. He trades strong into melee matchup.
Also, something I need to ask you too as well. A lot of people back in the day also considered Slark to be a Spectre counter because in the long run, during a long fight, Slark actually does better than Spectre because he gets the attribute shift. He can constantly go back to heal. Is Spectre gonna be okay this game in the late game if we're gonna be reaching that ultra late game?
No, it's definitely not going to be too happy because if you are Spectre, you are afraid of items like Silver Age and Skadi, and these are the natural items that the Slug loves to pick up.
Yeah, I mean, as a Spectre, you want to soak up damage, right? For the dispersion, but Slug steals your stats.
Slugs wants that too, right? Because Slug, he loves situations where they're long, drawn-out fights and there's no burst.
Yeah, Slug hates taking damage, but he steals your stats, so it just makes Spectre so much weaker. But with that being said, we're just going to see how Reality takes on T1 and how he's going to perform. Let's jump into game 1 and see how this turns out.
Alright, so apparently we may have had one of the players' clients crash, so we're gonna have to pause here unfortunately. Looks like Nuts may have been the one that got hit by the... maybe not the ban hammer, but the crash hammer.
Yeah, the crash hammer.
It's unfortunate. I want to ask Husky, because I'm looking at these two drafts. I know you're very happy that the Slark is back, but if you look at how these two drafts, functionality-wise, which draft actually synergizes better?
Honestly, I think for T1 it's easier to synergize, because you have this very straightforward setup. Like
That was skill, all right.
Pure skill. 这波不亏，666。
Sandy victory. A Sandy victory.
我是一个没有感情的刷钱机器。
How close was that?
Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board. Denied.
Nice try.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board. Step lively now. Your admiral is on board. Step lively now. Your
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
strike you down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Eat my way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Step lively now. Denied.
Players here.
Regeneration. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Wait, your bones will make a fine powder.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'll take that. Invisibility.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not so safe harbor, eh?
Take us. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Your admiral is on board.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Bringing the pain.
Такая халява!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Just what the doctor ordered. I'll take that.
It heals like the salt sea air.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
波不亏，666。
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gold for my chest.
I'll take that.
Worthy tribute. Queen.
Blaze here. And it's off.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Out of my way.
X marks the spot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle has fallen. Radiant's middle has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Get on!
Go for my chest.
I'll take that. Boom! There it goes!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
FY, he's found himself No-Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No-Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, there's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No-Tail as Zame comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off. And he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage in the fight. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, Ame's coming in this here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Ame to have this invis rune. As Ame will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing around rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, we'll find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well, between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though.